The difference between Sussex fans and royalists? One group is brainwashed. The other group reads. Let me explain something to you royalist weirdos. Especially the ones camped in my comment section like unpaid Buckingham interns. Sussex fans aren't obsessed with Meghan and Harry. We're obsessed with the truth. And you know what that means? We didn't form our opinions from the front page of the Daily Mail. We formed them while watching a smear campaign unfold in real time, in high definition, with receipts. Meanwhile, you lot are out here quoting articles ghostwritten by palace aides as if it were gospel. You believe that Meghan made Kate cry. You believe Harry is brainwashed. You believe everything you're spoon-fed by the British press. An industry literally built on racism, classism, and covering up royal scandals. You don't support the monarchy. You worship propaganda. You saw two people walk away from an institution that protected and said they were the problem? Make it make sense. You call us cult-like? We question things. We fact-check. We pull court documents, compare timelines, and dismantle lies like it's a full-time job. You wake up every morning hoping the sun will tell you how to feel. You stand an institution that took a black woman, chewed her up, and then got mad when she said no thank you? So no, this isn't about royal versus anti-royal. This is about who's being played and who's not. Sussex fans aren't brainwashed. We're not dumb enough to think silence from the palace means innocence. And we're definitely not dumb enough to believe the British press found ethics the moment Meghan entered the chat. You fell for the PR. We saw the pattern. That's the difference. The way royalists fight for their lives in my comment sections, for people who don't know they exist, is actually embarrassing. You're on my page, breathing heavy through a keyboard, defending an institution that has literally nothing to offer you. No status, no stipend, not even a thank you note. Meanwhile, I'm the one making content that travels. I post a thought and suddenly you're in full-blown meltdown. Writing think pieces in the comments, like you're briefing the palace press office. Are you okay? Like genuinely, how do you have so much time and so little dignity? You're not protecting the crown. You're just mad Meghan married the prince and didn't ask for your approval. You're mad Harry walked away from a life of ceremony and silence and started telling the truth. What's funny is, while you rage type about Spotify deals and fabricated headlines, Meghan's building equity and Harry's redefining legacy. You're babysitting my comment section like it's Buckingham Palace. You do realize you're in my house, right? This is my content, my platform, my voice, and you're just unpaid help in the replies. But why are you obsessed with them? No, baby, you're obsessed with me. I said what I said, and you haven't shut up since. So, while you sit there, fists clenched over a post, I'll keep making content, I'll keep winning the algorithm, and you'll keep proving my point. Thanks for the engagement. You mean to tell me you sat there squinting at your screen, scraping together the most brain-dead cliches about Meghan, and still hit post? You're not making a point. You're parroting garbage. The kind of drivel spoon-fed to you by tabloids, counting on people like you being intellectually lazy to question a single headline. Camera hog? She walked away from a monarchy. Teenager? She built a platform, a production company, a foundation, and a brand. While your biggest achievement is rage scrolling through royal gossip pages like it's homework. And please, spare us the Catherine acts her age nonsense. Translation. She plays silent and smiles on cue. You're confusing submission with elegance because you've never seen a woman thrive without begging for the world's approval. That's not maturity. That's performance. You've proven exactly why people like you don't belong in real conversations. You lack nuance, depth, and worst of all, original thought. Intellectually lazy, morally bitter, and culturally out of touch. A tragic combo. But thank you for your self-report. You think Meghan doesn't work? You wouldn't last 10 minutes in her Google Calendar. Let's talk about the work you'll never see. And the royals you swear are busy but aren't. She doesn't work. That's the insult of choice for Meghan haters. And every time I hear it, I laugh. Because the only thing unemployed is your imagination. Let's break it down. While you're foaming at the mouth and rotting in the comment sections, Meghan is running 3 high-impact ventures that would leave most of you crying in a corner. First, Archewell. a global nonprofit actually doing the work. From funding mental health resources and building safer online spaces to helping Afghan refugees resettle with dignity. This isn't for show. It's strategic impact. But because she's not posing with a shovel in front of a tabloid, you think it's fake. That's your lack of depth talking. Second, Archetypes, a podcast that broke records. Do you know what it takes to create a series that powerful? Research, development, booking guests, building a narrative arc, managing producers, crafting a brand. Meanwhile, you're still trying to figure out how to unmute yourself on Zoom. And now she has Confessions of a Female Founder, and 3 With Love Megan and As Ever. 2 new ventures in wellness and lifestyle. You mock the jam, but didn't see the strategy. This isn't a rush job. It's a slow burn empire. You laugh because you don't understand soft power or brand equity, and that's why you're not in her league. But let's talk about the royals you worship. While Meghan's out here building brands, funding causes, and changing the narrative, what are the working royals doing? According to the Scottish Express and the Telegraph, Prince and Princess of Wales are irritating the palace staff for not working. Yes, not working. They're reportedly reluctant to fulfill official duties, and aides are worried they're spending too much time hiding behind family life instead of supporting the crown. They're under pressure to increase their workload. You heard that right. The heirs are being dragged behind palace doors for not showing up.
The Prince and Princess of Wales are reportedly irritating palace staff when they do things their own way. According to the Scottish Express, Prince William and Kate are often reluctant to complete their official duties, with one royal expert claiming aides are concerned they may be spending too much time with their immediate family instead of supporting the firm. The Telegraph reports the royal pair are now under growing pressure to up their workload.
But you still think Meghan's the lazy one? Meanwhile, Prince Harry is working on the Invictus Games, an international tournament he founded for wounded veterans. He's also leading Archwell initiatives, partnering with Better Up to champion mental health, publishing best-selling memoirs, filming Netflix documentaries that tell untold stories. That's boots on the ground. CEO level commitment. All without royal funding. All without the crown safety net. But y'all stay mad because Meghan doesn't announce every meeting with a press release. You call it lazy because it's done in silence. You call it fake because she's not groveling for your approval. You call it nothing because you have no idea what strategy looks like outside of the royal photo ops and recycled press fluff. Here's the truth. She's not just working. She's thriving. She doesn't need a tiara to be powerful. She doesn't need a palace to be relevant. She doesn't need tradition to build an empire. So next time you call Meghan lazy, maybe ask yourself, what exactly are Kate and William doing today? And spoiler alert, scrolling hate threads about Meghan still doesn't count as a job. Who carries Princess Diana's flame? When we talk about Princess Diana's legacy, we're not just talking about her charity work, glamour, or the tragedy of her death. We're talking about a woman who lived with her heart cracked wide open, who felt too much, cared deeply, and refused to play by the palace script. So let's ask the question no one in Buckingham Palace wants to answer. Which of her sons carries that flame? At first glance, they both do, in fragments. William inherited her composure, her restraint, her ability to smile even when she's breaking inside. But Harry inherited her soul. Diana was never comfortable being royal. She was uncomfortable with the rules, the silence, the cold choreography of that life. She needed meaning. She needed truth. And she was willing to burn it all down to find it. And who else do we see doing that now? Harry walked away from a kingdom for love, for peace, and for himself. He broke the curse so his children wouldn't have to carry it. He spoke his truth, even when the entire machine tried to silence him. That's not rebellion. That's Diana. Because Diana didn't die trying to be perfect. She died trying to be free. William, the heir, remained. But Harry, the spare, escaped. And just like his mother, he chose humanity over hierarchy. So if you're still wondering who's most like Diana, ask yourself this. Who fights with their heart on their sleeve? Who loves loud, lives louder, and walks through fire for their family? Who was willing to lose the crown and gain a conscience? That's not a prince trying to be royal. That's a son living like his mother. That's Harry. You think Meghan just makes headlines? No, she makes moves. While the haters are still stuck in 2018, Meghan just dropped a masterclass in business with Emma Grede. And it's the blueprint for betting on yourself, building from scratch, and doing it all with zero apologies. Let me put you onto something you need to hear. Aspire with Emma Grede just dropped an episode with Meghan, and it's everything. Not gossip, not drama, not filtered through royal headlines, just two powerhouse women talking real business, real belief, and the kind of entrepreneurial spirit you don't learn, you live. Now, if you don't know who Emma Grede is, let me fix that real quick. She's the co-founder of Good American. She's a boardroom boss, investor, and advocate for women founders. So when she sits down with Meghan, this isn't fluff. This is founder to founder, visionary to visionary. And Meghan, she gets real. We learn how her entrepreneurial roots run deep, like back to her grandfather's antique shop and her mom hustling at street fairs. Meghan was out here making $1 scrunchies. That drive, that spirit never left her, not even when the world tried to define her by palace and protocols. She could have gone into beauty, could have slapped her name on perfume and called it a day, but she didn't. She chose something personal, purposeful. As ever, and with Love Meghan aren't just products. They're a reflection of who she is. Her value, her aesthetic, her intention. And the magic? It's all in the details. Meghan's not just slapping her name on labels. She's in the meetings. She's on the back end. She's making calls about finances, scaling when demand explodes, calling up her tight-knit team, small, mighty, and made up of sharp, savvy women. And making it happen. Because guess what? As ever is still a startup, even with a name like Meghan. And that's not to mention the 80-man crew she has with Love Meghan, and that's separate from the team Netflix provides her. There's also the staff at Archewell. She shares this gem. Someone else's urgency is not my urgency. And it lands, because she's doing things on her own terms. No rushing, no chasing trends, just showing up with clarity, care, and creativity. She doesn't see failure, she sees learning. She doesn't do fear. She does faith. Faith in her gut, in her team, in her mission. Can we talk about that moment when Emma asks her if she ever feels imposter syndrome? Meghan goes, no. And Emma says, if not you, then who? Like chills. So if you've ever doubted yourself, if you're building something from scratch, or if you just need to remember why betting on yourself is never the wrong move, go listen to the episode. Meghan is reminding us what happens when we choose authenticity over applause. When you build for impact, not headlines. When your faith is greater than your fear. Aspire with Emma Grede. Go stream it, watch it, rewatch it. You won't regret it. Why do royalists keep asking me if I'm getting paid by Harry and Meghan? Like, I wish. If I was getting paid, baby, I wouldn't be arguing with you all in the comments. I would be on a beach somewhere, sipping a Montecito Mule out of a Duchess-branded tumbler, collecting direct deposits from Archewell like... Oh, look, another thank you for fighting misinformation bonus. Thanks, Meg. Where's my Sussex stimulus? Where's my Meghan merch box? Where's my thanks for defending us from the Daily Mail deranged cult gift card? 'Cause right now, I'm defending them for free. Out here fighting brainworms in my comments like it's a charity project. Are you suffering from loyalty to a monarchy that colonized your ancestors and doesn't even send you a Christmas card? Do you find yourself defending a billion-dollar institution that wouldn't spit on you if you were on fire just to own Meghan Sussex? Then you might be entitled to £0 and a lifetime of embarrassment. Call now. Operators are standing by. Just kidding. You're on your own. Let's be clear. I don't work for the Sussexes. I just have reading comprehension and functioning critical thinking and a healthy allergy to media lies and royal PR dressed up as journalism. But you read a headline from The Sun and treat it like it's scripture. You think that Meghan blinking twice at a camera is a coordinated PR stunt. But Charles getting wads of cash in plastic bags from shady billionaires is diplomacy? Be for fucking real. So no, I don't get paid. But clearly, someone in this convo is doing unpaid labor. And it's not me. You're out here running free PR for the crown like it's 1952. At least let them knight you or something. Something like Sir Comment Section or Lady of Delusion. So unless Meghan's about to Venmo me, I'll just keep doing this out of spite. Because watching you all spiral every time she breathes is priceless.
But if you're gonna live here in America, I need you to learn the native language.
Honestly, I completely agree. Hacha cuentecho, Florian monele siro ni mantela. Chabeta chi hibote. Potano hiboatema nintela. Where I live, the native language is Timucua. That is the indigenous language of these lands that was spoken before colonization and went extinct because of colonization. So yes, I completely agree. As people who are living on native land, the least we should be doing is learning the native language. And the United States is filled with many indigenous languages. Some remain widely spoken in indigenous communities. Some are endangered and some have sadly been lost. But if you think English is the native language, Kaki bohonoma bohatikwani. I don't see English anywhere on this map. Well, that's right, English is in no way native to America. Nor is it our official language, because we don't even have an official language, because we're a country built on immigrants and colonization. People are just as entitled to speak their native languages here as you are to speak English. And if you feel so strongly about native languages, I highly recommend you go learn one. If you live in Florida or Georgia, this is a great resource.
Talk to the camera.
I'm talking.
What are you saying?
Nothing.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Where are you today, baby?
Boulder, Pearl Street.
Okay, so this is Boulder. We have Wells Fargo here. If you want some money, you come grab you some money for free. Baby, you.
All right, let's go.
So what are you doing in Boulder today?
I'm hanging out with my girlfriend.
You're just hanging out all day.
Yeah.
And you gonna get some stuff from Boulder?
Maybe.
What are you gonna buy?
I don't know yet.
Are we gonna buy something?
Maybe.
Is this gay parade or something happening here?
Yeah, over there. That's why we went this way.
What is it?
We went this way. We went the other way. Get behind me, Satan.
Okay, what's happening here? What is he talking about? It's just some event happening here. We're not sure what it is, but we're gonna find out. Is that? Oh, disappeared ducky. Disappearing ducky. Ducky. What happened? Did you see what happened? You didn't see it? Did you see what happened?
Playing card on top of that roof, right here, right now. Playing card, please, that normal playing card. One playing card on top of the roof.
Well, I'm just gonna zoom it in a little bit.
You're gonna throw the card on the roof.
He is.
Playing card top of the roof. Here we go. I'll do it.
There's a little bit of breeze.
What did he say?
Oh, I promise I'll teach you around the floor. Play card. Yeah, real quick. I just need somebody to help me out. You both take a few steps forward. I won't pick you in, but if you don't move up, I'll work it in. You both take a few steps forward this way. Great. What's your name, young lady? Yes, help me out here. Give me a
Ain't no choice.
Yes. Hi, Brittany.
I take one, I place it in my hand, I'm going to bench. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's that works.
Oh, really? Did you see that? Ah!
You never woke up in a public space with all your clothes off. This is your first time.
She said shit.
No, here. Keep your hand open. The balls. Believe it worked. You believe it worked. Everybody will start applauding.
He's all holding your watch.
He took the watch.
Yeah.
He actually stole the watch. That's so funny.
Repeat after me. Say, I am one with the building. Good. Say, I can do this. Great. Take a deep breath all the way in. And then steady, flat. Yes. Give her a big round of applause. Actually, what I'm kind of crazy I'm doing anyway. My last show. You're one of the best. Go back to Denver, tell your friends you saw me in Boulder. You got $20 to come see my show. You promise? You would do it every day. Unless we're super crazy. I'll tell you what you can trade it for. You can trade it for a magic wand. You can trade it for some iced tea. You can trade it for a whistle. Trade it for a cup. Trade it for a watch. Let's see.
Trade it for a watch.
That part. That part, baby.
For a watch.
One playing card on top. I'm going to do it right here, right now.
That was a good one.
My name is Kenneth Lightfoot. I am a professional entertainer traveling all over the world. 5 round of applause if you enjoyed the show. What you may not know, folks, how I make a living is through this free theater. So after my show, I will have my bag out for a collection. I'll ask you to dig deep in your pockets, and wallets. Walk up, put a kind of insurance contribution in my bag. For those who've never seen free theater in Boulder, around here, average admission $50. Yeah, now, $20 is an honest donation for a family for a quality show in 2025. I hope you think I did a quality show. Can't afford a 20, a 10, a 5. Have no money, that's okay too. I accept Venmo, Cash App, and
Bitcoin.
Yeah, big.
and please don't treat me like it's 1970 when the average donation was $1. Back then, you could buy a house for $10,000. Figure it out. So, playing card, top roof. Do it.
Baby, are we just stuck here? Should we go? Babe, should we go?
Yeah, let's go.
Did you like that shot?
Did you?
Yeah.
He stole the watch. That was
He
funny.
stole the watch. That's what I thought was so cute. And how he did it. He's like, he got $20.
It was all instructions.
It was distraction. That's how those illusionist people kind of steal from others. They literally take your money from you.